Hello, mate, and welcome to Puzzle Combat, where you match three pieces, find yourself a hero with some superpowers, and destroy the enemy. Make as many alliances as you can, and win the game. Buddy, I'm Dasha. I'm a Tankbuster. I can tell you that although my charge speed is slow, I am like a Tasmanian devil when I need to be. I deal 270% damage to the target and nearby enemies. I deal 50% additional damage against armor. That's right, I said 50%. Like I said, Tasmanian devil. The target and nearby enemies receive 309 damage over 3 turns. Let me loose and watch the Taz go.
Alright, so the tank busting Dasha for this a closer look video. Alright, so I actually do have some emblems on her, so her stats are going to be a little bit higher than whether or not she was just 100 max level. She's a pretty solid all-around hero. I don't think too many people give her a shot though. The slow charge, obviously, going to be a bit of a downfall. And she's also competing with the likes of some other strong greens with Emma. And then you have a hero of the month like Mortis. So there is lots of competition in the green category. And I think most people will favor Emma. I don't have a copy of Emma yet. This lady right here was my first 5-star green, and I really like this hero. And I've come to rely on her a lot, obviously. I only have 2 other 5-star greens, both mini motos at the moment. So my 5-star yellows and my 5-star greens don't seem to get a lot of them. But I do get a fair amount of the other colors. That's typical for everybody though. Like, I don't get 5-star green weapons either. And somebody else might not get 5-star red weapons. This system always seems to leave you lacking in one color, whether it be heroes or weapons. So that would be mine, green and yellow for heroes and green weapons. So don't despair though, there's lots of variety in 4 stars that are pretty decent too. And I mean, I'm relatively free to play most of the time, so, and this is a couple years into me playing, so just stick with it. They will pop out of your TS20 and that, so I do have quite a hero variety, so I'm thankful for that. Alright, so that being said, I've used her a lot, and I really still like her in war and raids. I find her useful for both of those. I don't take her into the events too much, mostly because the slow speed. It really is a drawback, unfortunately, for that. When you're kind of doing a timed event, you want to score as high as you can. But, I mean, you can always bring charged drinks for that. So, let's actually talk about her overall hero rating. It is a B. I would tend to give her probably a little bit more just because I rely on her so much than a B. And that is a 3 on the War Machine, offense and defense. I think she's solid on both offense and defense, but again, I've used her so much that I'm used to having her in my lineup. The War Machine, yeah, not great. Yeah, you want somebody that isn't necessarily an AoE hitter. And slow charging. You want fast snipers if you can get them. Obviously for that to do as much damage as you can in a minute and a half. So she's not too handy for that. So all of that contributing to that B rating. But I like her on offense and defense. Right now she's my tank in war, and I've used her as tank on my raid defense as well. So She will always have a place in my roster, and being an AoE hitter that does bleed damage as well is cool because you can combine that with some of the master weapons, which we'll go over in a minute, which is fantastic because it just ups the damage that much more when you put a rendering master weapon out there on another hero. I think there is a green bleed master weapon as well, which we'll see in a minute. Alright, so Warfighter class, and this is handy too. This was another reason why I gave her emblems, because of the revive. And considering she's in my war defenses tank right now, I'm obviously going to leave those emblems on her probably for quite a while. So she's a solid all-around hero with solid stats, so I don't mind putting emblems on her. So I got 6, 12, that would be 18. Then you get 24 and a 30% if I go all the way down here. 30% chance to revive. And that is handy because I don't know how many times warfighters revive and there's a healer set to go off and boom. Then all of a sudden they've gained a whole bunch of their health back. So I think this is one of the best classes myself. Even in EMP when I was playing that on a regular basis, the warfighters with the revive, that was a good one as well there too. And some of them were actually healers, so they'd be charged up, they'd revive themselves and then heal themselves. It was actually kind of funny, so we'll probably see that here too with some heroes in the future, I bet. I'm not sure that any of the healers are anything but medics and support class ones so far that we've seen. Not like Bold Tusk from Empires and Puzzles. Damn that guy. Revive and then heal himself all the time, I swear, especially in a field aid war. So I went down the attack path as much as possible because I want to add the attack points in there. So right now there's 30 extra attack points on this, so at 100 she'd be what, 721 without the emblems to put up the attack there a bit. And I did finish her special skill as well because that is good damage, 270% to the target and nearby enemies. So I don't know, I think she's worth it. I know there's people that would definitely disagree, but I like this hero overall. I've always liked Dasha, and they've pretty much left her alone from the start. She was fairly well balanced right from the beginning, which was good. Alright, and there's not too many green speed weapons, so she's obviously going to stay that slow charge of 36, which is another drawback, because, I don't know, I think it's a 7-point speed weapon, and then you could get her to be an average hero and drop a tile down, but yeah. Unfortunately, I just don't think too many people will give her a chance because of that. But alright, let's go over the master weapons here. So this is critical chance and then hit through the blinding and dodge, which is awesome. And that would cover 3, being that she hits 3 with that chance, so that's good. Ah, yeah, this is the one that does bleed. This is fantastic for her then. So that's just going to stack with her special. 70 damage over 2 turns. Rending ammo. Rending ammo is the bleed. I gotta get that through my thick skull. I always forget that. When it says rending ammo. See, oh, the Bennett. Whoop. I do have that in my roster, but that's okay. We can look at it here. Rending ammo as well. So that's perfect for her. I use that one a lot on Victoria with events. And then the snake bite. This is the one that I do have as well, and I put this on her all the time. Especially when I'm raiding. I still do like bringing slow heroes on the raids because of their specials. They're awesome when they hit. And that's the thing. I don't think they wouldn't do as much damage if they weren't slow charging, because they would, if Small Giant decided to speed them up, then they would nerf that amount of damage that they could do. And then interest of keeping some balance. So I know you guys don't agree with all the nerfs that have been out there, and heck, I don't agree with a lot of them too. But that is one reason why the slow charge is the interest of balance. So she can't hit as often, but when she does hit, it's devastating. And you got to keep in mind too, the tile play is different here. So it's not like Empires and Puzzles where the slow heroes seem like they take bloody well forever. Like you can't get Aslar charged before he's dead most of the time in E&P, but here you can with a different tile play, being that a 4-square throws a tile, and we have bullets and cross bombs and grenades here that move the tiles along very, very fast. So that is one reason why I don't mind the slow heroes here. It's actually pretty awesome, some of them, with that tile play. So just something to keep in mind. Yeah, they might be slow charging, but the tile play is so different here from a lot of other match 3 puzzle games like this. So alright, so regular weapons. We got critical chance and armor, boo. And she has armor in her special, which again, I like. And hopefully, I don't know, they start coming up with some different weapons perks. I just think a lot of the weapons perks of armor is wasted on these good weapons, some of them. Alright, so resistance here and then health. And so this one's really cool as a defensive weapon. At this point, I wouldn't mind just about any green 5-star. I think that's it for the green 5 stars though. In here, and then the 2 master weapons. So, and in the roster here, I got the Athos Assassin, 18% critical chance, and that's such a high percentage of armor damage. That's such a waste. But good for bringing on offense. I usually, if I'm in a green stack, Dasha has this one, and then Minimoto's got this one for tile damage. And then she'll hit through some of those dodge weapons that everybody puts on their defenses. Oh my god, the damn dodge. Death by dodge. So I like that combination of those two, even though I can't get another 5-star green. At some point I will, I'm sure. Just armor damage with the leaf blade though, but then you've got dodge again for defense if you don't have a 5-star to use, and then health for this one, which is a good bonus too. And then the Bennett, you got the bleed on. The assault, just resistance, 7% resistance. Then the Mark III, you've got that critical chance. So some really cool combinations with some of the green weapons, but yeah, they just, it's too bad they haven't incorporated more speed ones or more dodge ones. They seem to put critical chance and the armor damage on a lot of them, which is very unfortunate. But good, a couple of good defensive weapons like the Warhead. Really good defensive weapon for her if you are going to use her in defense and you happen to have that one. That's a good one. Alright, does anybody have a blue tank? Just go do a raid with her. Oh, well look at this setup. That's very interesting. I want to use my girl Umbra though. Umbra is a good one to combine with her because, well, just about any hero, because she does defenses down. And then to have somebody else come along and hit after that. She's got good synergy with a lot of heroes, Umbra does. Alright. Let's see if I can get silenced by hairwear. Death by silence. Oh, look. There's a dodge weapon on Anastasia, too. Look at that. Chili suit. 116% dodge coming up. I must say that I really do keep Dasha on a lot of my raids teams overall. And I like a lot of the slow heroes because they use chill a lot too. And I also use Banshee a lot, who's slow as well. But like I said, with the tile play here different, like I love that. The tile play is different here. So I don't, oh damn it, she evaded. I honestly don't find the slow heroes nearly as agonizing as I did in some other games. Sweet, sweet. You know, sometimes that's a very easy defense to counter too. Because I took 2 greens and honestly, and a red, and I could have taken 2 reds and 2 greens to counter that pretty easily. I think people do that setup sometimes because they think it's gonna trip up the attackers, but I don't think it necessarily does, because a 2-2 and 1 would have countered that pretty well as well. But yeah, still good defense though. Those hairwear and his silence. Silence is golden. Whoa, what is this? That's an interesting team setup too. Any more green tanks? Nope. Blue tanks. Alright, let's try. This is a good team too. Lots of great defenses out there now. Gone are the days of only seeing the same 5 or 6 people in your raid roll every day. That was crazy when we all first started. Those of us that are still playing a couple years later after the soft release, oh my gosh, it was too funny. The same half a dozen people attacking your base every day. And that's all there was to do. Was pretty much raid the same person 50 times or play the map that you've already beaten and farm before they had events and all that stuff. We were just raiding and more raiding. Now he's probably gonna miss. You watch. Oh, he didn't miss. That's good. That damn blinding is so annoying. Which is exactly why I like the snake bite and some of those master weapons that hit through it. Ouch. You beast. It's quite the amount of damage that dude does. Let's get rid of him. Hey, check that out. Threw the family bonus and Dasha charged. I like that. Yeah, I mean, she can take a punch or three and still keep on ticking. I just like how all around solid she is. And I no doubt will be using her for quite a long time to come. Of course, if I get an Emma, I'm definitely going to level up Emma. But yeah, I am happy, very happy with Dasha overall. Yeah, she was a solid addition to my crew for sure. And yeah, I really like her. Yeah, and now SG, let's see some green speed weapons for crying out loud. So even the one speed weapon that it was a weapon of the month a while back, I don't think that'll help her, being that she's 32 slow. Um, because I don't think that bumps her into the next bracket. Because she would need to get up. I think that was only a 6 speed point, which would only be 38. And she would actually need to get to 43. So I don't think any speed weapon really, because that would be an 11-point speed weapon, would ever help her. So she's always going to stay slow no matter what. Because we haven't seen anything over a 9-point speed weapon. So I don't foresee that they would all of a sudden jump to double digits in that category, especially with how poorly they seem to assign some of the extra bonus attributes to the green weapons. So don't think that's ever happening. So she's always going to stay a slow hero. But yeah, I like her overall, peeps. So it's up to you guys if you want to level her. But I definitely think she is worth the mats. She is solid. When a hero can take a punch or three and still keep on ticking, it's a good one. All right. Take care, everyone.